This video is not made for kids, it's for older fans and adults, so fuck off and enjoy the video.
Freaky Frankie. One morning at the steelworks, Frankie was the first engine to wake up. She was about to leave when Hurricane woke up.
Good morning, Frankie. Where are you off to today?
Morning, Hurricane. I'm just about to leave to go down to the canal in Manchester. I've got to help out a pair of diesel engines with a long goods train that needs to go to Bridlington. You'll be in charge while I'm gone.
Okay, Frankie. Come back soon.
By the time Frankie arrived at the canal, she was astonished to see such a long train. Even Beresford was exhausted from all the lifting and loading.
Oh my! That's a lot of trucks! I can't pull all this myself, Beresford!
Relax, Frankie. You will be getting some help from a pair of long diesel engines that are scheduled to come here.
I know, Beresford. The manager at the steelworks told me last night. So, which pair of diesel engines is coming out to help me with the load?
Hello, Frankie. It's been a while, hasn't it?
Oh, yes, I remember you. You're D261. You're that diesel engine that took me to the island of Sodor one winter when all the steam engines were out of action and the diesels were taking over.
Precisely.
Oi! I was there too when the diesels were taking over, though I do wish it were a permanent fixture on that railway.
Canis 199, we've got a big job to do today, and we're supposed to help Frankie deliver all these trucks to Bridlington.
Well, I would like it if all the diesels were ruling the rails.
Will you two please stop arguing for 5 seconds? We've got to move this long train, or else we'll cause a traffic jam on the line.
Of course, Frankie. We'll gladly help you move this long train out of the canal, and we'll be on our way.
Would you mind if I pulled from the front? I am closest to the first truck.
Why, certainly, D199. I'll push from behind with D261 assisting me.
That's more like it, Frankie. Come on, all. Let's go to Bridlington.
D199 coupled up from the front, and Frankie and D261 coupled up from behind. Soon enough, the 3 diesel engines slowly started to move the long train out of the canal.
Well, it's about time. The track's all clear.
Frankie, D261 and D199 were making their way to Bridlington with their immense delivery. Frankie looked from behind the brake van to make sure none of the cargo dropped out of the trucks.
Right. We must be very careful if we're pulling that many trucks. If we go fast, then who knows what'll happen if we drop some of the cargo on the track.
Frankie, why are you so worried about our load spilling out? You know we're not pulling the express.
199 has a fair point there, Frankie. We simply need to take our time and stop bickering as if something bad were to happen to this load.
How would you like it if you were to pull this train from the front instead, huh?
Oh, my air intake.
D199, stop this train right now!
But I can't stop now, Frankie. We still have to get to Bridlington.
I said stop the train!
Oh, great. This is absurd. Now we'll never get to Bridlington.
We will resume eventually, but the reason we've stopped is so I can let D261 take charge of pulling from the front.
If you insist, Frankie.
As D261 and D199 were preparing to change places, Connor pulled up from behind with his passenger train.
Oh, come on! You're blocking my track. My passengers are going to be very late.
Just shut up, you idiot! Can't you see I'm taking my time changing tracks to go to the back of this long train?
It would be best if you went onto the middle track, Connor. D261 has just moved onto the left side, so he can pull from the front.
How embarrassing. I can't believe a small diesel engine would tell me to swap with 199. This is just ludicrous.
Stow it, D261! We must all pay respect to our hard work and dedication once this job is complete.
I can't go onto the middle track because I can see someone coming.
Hey guys, what's the commotion?
Connor was about to move onto the middle track until we saw you coming, Wilbert.
Is that right? Well, I didn't expect that coming. Not to worry, Connor. Once I proceed with my delivery, the middle track will be all clear.
Thanks, Wilbert. That'll be very generous of you.
Well, that was unexpected, wasn't it, lads?
We get it, 261. Let's get a move on with our load already.
Don't rush, D199. We still need to take our time and slow down. It's a very difficult job, so we must all take extra care.
As the diesels were making their way to Bridlington once again, Frankie was making sure D261 and D199 weren't bickering. But they were rather annoyed by Oliver's decisions after stopping at the last junction.
Oh, the humanity, can't we go any faster?
No, we cannot, D261. There are still too many trucks, and we still need to take our time.
The sooner we get to Bridlington, the better.
You got that right, 199.
And then there was trouble.
Guys?
Come on, Frankie. Let's speed it up.
Don't push me, D199! I'm not coupled to the brake van! Stop!
Blow my gasket. What's happening back there?
Whoops. Sorry about that, Frankie. I won't let that happen again.
Just go and get help, for goodness sake.
D199 felt embarrassed, and D261 felt sorry as well. D199's driver telephoned for help, and 16 arrived with the breakdown crane to lift Frankie and the brake van back on the track.
There you go, Frankie. You and the brake van are now back on the rails.
Thanks, 16. Now, D261 and D199. What do you two have to say for yourselves,
We're sorry if we made you look bad, Frankie.
And I'm sorry for pushing you too fast towards the brake van. We just wanted to get to Bridlington before the sun sets.
Yeah, we were worried that we were gonna run late with such a long load.
That's okay, you two. Now that you've made up for your misdeeds, we can try to get this train to Bridlington as quickly as possible.
Take my advice. If you three have to get all this cargo to Bridlington, you must take your time and kindly let other engines pass by instead of changing tracks at every junction.
The diesel engines knew that 16 was right. So as they continued their way to Bridlington once more, they took their time and respectfully let other engines pass by. At last, the diesel engines had finally arrived at Bridlington goods yard. Samson was very surprised to see their teamwork and effort.
Must my buffers. That's a lot of trucks you guys have there.
Thanks for noticing us, Samson. It was a lot of work moving this long train, but at least we got it here in the end.
I see you've got some help from those 2 long diesels as well, Frankie.
For your information, 199 and I were meant to do this job alone, until Frankie was called to give us a lending.
It was a good thing she gave us assistance. Without her help, we would never be able to get this train to Bridlington ourselves.
It was hard work moving that many trucks, but I better get back to the steelworks now. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, Frankie!
That evening, Frankie returned to the steelworks after a long and exhausting day. The steelworks engines were especially pleased to see her again.
Thank goodness you're back, Frankie. Did you disappear for a whole day?
I didn't completely disappear, Merlin. I was out helping D261 and D199 deliver a really long goods train to Bridlington, and we had to take our time to get there. How did Hurricane do being in charge?
I did a fantastic job being in charge, Frankie. All of the steel deliveries have been sorted and the molten slag has been tipped onto the heap.
Yes, it's a good thing Hurricane stayed to give you orders until he went out to do his deliveries.
Well, that's good. Let's just hope I do a better job the next time I make another long delivery.